welcome back to Work in Progress of Nicole Engelmann. This is my second conversation or second episode with Paulina Folaron, who is an operations and marketing specialist, cat mom, and kitchen witch. And this is the part where we're talking more about like email marketing and like the nitty-gritty stuff for people to kind of maybe take on some advice and some helpful tips. Thank you for coming back, Paulina.
Pleasure. Thank you for having me. Still.
Yes. So let's literally just get into it.
Hmm.
For someone starting out with email marketing, is there anything that they should focus on first?
Oh, I mean,
Oh,
get your email marketing sorted. No, make sure make sure that it's sustainable. By what I mean by sustainable is set yourself like a goal for how often you want to speak to people, but then stick to it. I don't care if it's monthly, it doesn't have to be weekly. Monthly is absolutely fine, but stick to it. And try and think of a way that you're going, what am I actually trying to say? What should people be coming back for? It doesn't mean that necessarily that you have to be giving things away, but when you're showing up in your emails, when you're writing, what is it that you're trying to share with your audience? Is it always that you're showing like a human side behind your business? Are you trying to share an offer and then, I don't know, share something else? What is your email? There's so many ways that you can have a structure that is easily recognizable and like unique enough and filled with personality that your audience will want to open it, no matter if it comes weekly or monthly, provided that it comes when they expect that it comes. So when you say monthly, when you promise that, do try to follow through. When you say weekly and you can't follow up, just change it to fortnightly. Don't torture yourself with it. And I'm all for being, forgiving and kind. You're allowed to not have to be perfect and hit all the spots 100% of the time across your marketing. But I, as an audience member, really appreciate honesty when that happens. So when I can't hit it every single time and I instead go, oh, it's more, it's been about 3 weeks or something, I tend to say something in my email about it. I'll say what else has been going on. I'll say, oh, I've been thinking about this and it's to do with, how we build trust with our audience. And I did a whole series of emails that is still continuing about that. But within that, I will then weave in something that is about my personal life. What else has been going on? I like giving, we've talked about this in the first part, that human aspect to my marketing. I want people to know enough to be able to connect with me on that level so they can, I guess, in a way go, oh, I also like how she's talking. I'm vibing with that. I'm responding to that. Because otherwise I just end up being this rando, teacher, preacher in your emails, and that's not who I want to be. So if you're not connecting with the way I'm talking, with the way I'm explaining something, the way I communicate, then that's going to be obvious very quickly. And then we're going to do each other a favor because you're going to unsubscribe and I'm not going to waste my time landing in your inbox. Win-win.
yeah.
I'm okay with that. But yeah, I guess just pick yourself a sustainable goal so you can actually stick to how often you're emailing. And please tell people you have a mailing list, because it's all well and good setting one up or having one there, but then you go, oh, I only have 12 people on it. I'm not going to bother emailing. Mistake. Why are you not valuing those 12 people who gave you their data for your email to land directly in their inbox, which is only the closest thing you can get apart from literally texting them or calling them? Like, that is the best thing you can get. Value that, because the more you can, show them that appreciation and show them exactly what you stand for in your emails, the more likely it is they will tell somebody else about your emails. They are going to pass your email on to someone else, if it's full of whatever great tip that is really unique to the way you look at things or the way you resolve this particular problem. So just don't be scared of that. Like, you've got your emails, you've got your frequency of it. Stick with it. Be consistent.
And how do you, what you say, how to get people on your email list? Is it a freebie thing? Is it a pop up on your website? Is it a mix? What kind of works really well?
Yeah, so things like pop up on your website and your footer, those are non-negotiables. Like, they have to happen because anyone who lands on it has a chance to see that you've got an email list so they can join it. And whether they join it because you're going, this is what I'm talking about, and they love your personality and go, sod it, I'll just join just because. Good for you. Or maybe you are doing a subscriber drive, in which case, definitely a freebie, a lead magnet. That is just bread and butter. Like a lead magnet is a fantastic way to show a piece of what you're like when you are worked with in a professional capacity, business capacity, and have people end up on your email list. So what better way to do that? You're giving away a little snippet of your knowledge, of something that you want people to be aware of, something you're really passionate about in your, in the way that you run your business. And in exchange, they come join your email list for all your regular emails. What more could you want? So yeah, absolutely. So the thing is, I just wanted to like differentiate the whole like pop-up and like footer form or a landing page for it, or for example, adding your email sign up form or your website to your link in bio and your link on LinkedIn. These are the foundations in terms of your tech backend. We don't do either or. That has to happen before you can do any driving of people to it. Like you want to make sure that you've covered all the bases and it's visible front and center on your website. It's visible on your other social media platforms. And then if you are in any communities or anywhere else, you can regularly go, hey, and if you liked what I just helped with here, someone else who's in the community, I've also got an email list where I talk about this stuff all the time. Join me via my website. Here's the link. Like it's easy enough to do. It doesn't cost anything in that way, but it's that habit of you get into to have to organically share and reshare and just keep saying, hey, I'm here. Hey, I'm here. This whole self-promotion thing. But if you can, flex that muscle, it becomes easier and easier. And then things like lead magnet, or, for example, if you're doing paid ads to that lead magnet rather than just driving people to it organically, that's then we're talking campaigns and subscriber drives. But you don't do that part unless you have this part sorted out.
That's the next level then.
Mm-hmm.
What is your thought about people saying email is dead?
What?
Have you not heard that around? Like some people literally saying email is dead.
And how do they sell? Do they hustle on Instagram?
I guess Instagram and like LinkedIn is probably like lots of ads and stuff.
Oh, that's disgusting. No, I can't think. Honestly, I can't think of anything. I literally had like a physical reaction just then.
I've
Imagining
heard
it.
that reaction.
Anything more hateful than just hustling on Instagram for sales. Oh my god. No, thank you. No, somebody fan me. No. No, of course it's not dead. And okay, I love this. Every couple of years or so, I'm sure you've seen this, you've been around longer than me, you will have seen way more of this than I have. Every couple of years, someone goes, oh, Instagram is dead. Is it? It's doing pretty well. I believe it's paying little to no tax, so it must be doing real well. Like, oh, email is dead. Oh, Meta ads are dead. The Google ads are dead. They're not dead. What are you trying to use them for, though? Are you the right person in place to be using this tool to try and achieve this goal with this audience? And I'm not trying to overwhelm anyone by breaking it down. And every time you ask me a question, I go, well, Nicole, here's 17 parts to how I answer this. It's because it's about strategy. There's a tool for the job. And there's often also the missing piece is the person to use the tool for the job. It's not always you. Just because I'm a marketer and I can do that for myself doesn't mean I want to do all of it for myself. I definitely am looking to outsource certain parts of my marketing because it's just a lot of work, some of it, especially setup or staying on top of it. And it's not always top of my priorities because I don't care about showing up on Instagram. But I guess occasionally, for the sake of consistency, I do. So no, email is not dead. It's dead if you're doing it wrong. I believe.
And it's also probably not the one that gives you the quick results like an ad on Instagram might, like if you're just selling, a guide or something, I think it's a very American thing as well. They have those kind of...
Yeah, exactly. Yes, Nicole. So do you know what? That's a great comparison. I'm going to butt in here because this is interesting that clearly there is that view, or you wouldn't have quoted it. Oh, an ad on Instagram gives you a quick result. Does it? Do you know how much setup goes into doing it correctly so you can actually track the data, have everything between your website, your Google Analytics, and the ad platform connected up right to track the right people, to know enough about your people, to have the right demographics set up, the right platform chosen, the right way to look at the analytics once you've got it, the budget behind it. Quick result is paid for. It's money. You either have the money, throw it on ads. If you have the money, do use ads. Ads are fantastic. I use them myself, but it doesn't mean it's the end all. But oh my God, I love these like oversimplified ideas that float around out there. Oh, this is quick and this is hard and email is dead and this is the new way. No, it's not. Okay. If someone, I would even argue, now I'm curious. Next time I see someone just trying to be like, email is dead, I will dig so hard until I will find, and I promise you I will find, their connection to a social media platform that they're being sponsored by, which is why they're saying email is dead. Because you just know
Or they
that's
want
the
to sell
case.
something to do with social media. So it's like a marketing
Thank
slogan.
you. Yeah. In a way, you could, sorry, I just hit my mic then. You could argue if I'm saying, go email first and email marketing's the way, and I'm being somewhat disparaging about Instagram, doesn't make Instagram dead. In my world of priorities, however, I know where my energy is best used. There are people out there who have an incredible talent for content creation, and they know just how to do it, how to respond to super fast changing trends, algorithm updates, the consumer trends that we're all contending with, no matter what platform you're using within your digital marketing, sure. But they can create content in a way that I look at and I go, it's exhausting to look at this. That's just where I am with it. And I've gone, okay, this doesn't suit me. It doesn't light me up. It doesn't speak to the people the way I want to speak to the people. I want to, and I do, preach and love what email marketing can do for you. So, of course, in a way, I'm going to do the same thing, but I'm not going to say Instagram is dead, but I will say that is not how you get sales and it's not how you build trust. But I'm just responding to bigger trends of world events, of world attitudes, of real humans, listening to them and them going, I know that I'm just being like baited into clicking into something. I know I'm being, all of those thoughts. So this is my response to that. So maybe someone else going, email is dead. They've gone, it's never worked for me because people just put it in spam. I don't know what their audience is like, but I know countless people, including my clients and their audiences, who respond to those emails. By respond, I mean open, click, and respond, because they are done authentically and strategically, and it all aligns together. It's not some extra plaster someone slapped on and gone, oh, quick, if I just slap this together and try and sell something, oh, email is dead because no one's bought from my email. Well, okay, did you just pay $17 for someone else's emails and you copied and pasted? I don't know. Maybe that's the problem. Nothing's a quick fix, okay? Just because I'm not an amazing content creator in a way that, like I said, it's not my talent, it doesn't light me up, doesn't make Instagram dead, but it does deprioritize it in my strategy because I think it's counterintuitive to be putting all my energy into something that sucks it out of me, and it sucks the joy of creation out of me as well. That's how I feel about social media content creation, okay?
Yeah, and I think as well that if you use email only just to sell and not just to connect, that's the other thing.
Thank you. Exactly. Exactly.
Because it's one of those things where I'm subscribed to quite a lot of emails, and some of them I can't even remember that I subscribed them, and all of a sudden I get emails. But some are open, I scroll over, and then they're gone.
Yeah.
And then maybe the same person 2 days later, then there's something that captures my attention, and I've definitely bought off email. But sometimes it's that overwhelm because we get a lot of emails, so you're not always in the right frame or mindset to read everything. But then another week you're like, oh, actually I haven't read quite a few emails of this person, let me read this one, and then I kind of hooked in. So it isn't like every email sells or every email is
No, absolutely
gets
not. And
read the same amount.
it's exactly that, Nicole. We need the connection. People are forgetting sometimes in potentially overwhelm as maybe solopreneurs as well. We're like, I need to be visible everywhere all the time. And how can I, and we're forgetting the bit that it takes nurturing to make that sale. And actually it takes more nurturing this year than last year by far. These are part of the sort of consumer trends that we're seeing, and reports in 2024, by the end of 2024, we're already showing it, that the path of nurture has become significantly longer than it used to be even year before, because this is the general distrust that we're seeing from the general populace. They're not going to want to just throw money at you straight away, even if it's something low ticket potentially, unless they have pre-existing trust or you're willing to take the time to build that trust. They are more discerning. And that's a good thing. Like, don't be bitter just because they're now wanting to be, more careful about how they spend their money. I'm more careful about how I spend my money. The world's on fire. Everything's gone up. Of course, I'm more careful about spending my money. Doesn't mean I won't reinvest in my business, of course, or spend on ads. But it's are you willing to build a connection? Because if you are willing to put the time and effort to build a connection with your audience that is authentic to you, you're clear about your values and what you stand for and what you won't fall for, then pick the platform that suits your skills best. I'm not going to force you into email. If you hate writing, it's pointless. What are we talking about? If you love talking, have a mini podcast series instead, or talk and then use the transcript to write an email out of, or use the transcript to write, your content out of. But if you're someone who is naturally a filmmaker, a very visual person, a photographer, Instagram is a great platform for that. It's just that the way the platforms work and the way they force you, because of their innate rules of each platform, they force you to abide to their rules. So if you're not going to do those certain things that you want you to do in terms of capturing attention within a certain very short period of time, showing up in a very particular way and format, your content won't be as visible. That's the disadvantage of social media platforms. I know we keep picking on Instagram, but pick any of them because they all have their own rules, versus email. Email is, you do it on brand, you create the experience that you want your customer to have, your audience to have, unlike Instagram where you have to abide by, it has to be in this reel or this shape or this format, or with this thing at the beginning, or it won't get shown, or you can't say this word, or you get shadow banned. For those of us who are very values led or activist adjacent or activists, that's a problem. That's a problem when we know a platform has an agenda and we have to abide by it to be seen and to sell. And this is why I advocate so strongly for email, because with email, as I started saying and interrupted myself, you create the experience exactly as you want it to have. Your brand visibility is there, as in your brand colors and your branding is there. You say what you want to say and it lands directly in the inbox. Whether they read it or not, that's a secondary thing you can affect with subject lines and the trust that you're building. But like you said it yourself, some will get read, some won't. That's okay. That's absolutely fine. Average for a lot of industries is like below 20% open rate. I don't experience that myself, and a lot of small businesses I know have way higher open rates, which is great. But even 20% plus, you're all right. That's 1 in 5 people. Like, you're all right. Don't worry about it. 1 in 4? 1 in 4. It's fine. 1 in 5. I can't. There's too many words, okay? I was right. Why did I doubt myself? Thank you. We were fine. 1 in 5. Anyway, do you know what I mean? It's that bit. The world comes into that consideration for me. I'm aware of what's happening in the world. I am unfortunately now aware for a while of their own agendas that each of the platforms have, because they are their own businesses. Guys, if it's a free marketing platform, ask yourself, how am I paying for it? Because it's not free. You're paying with something. So question that and then go, okay, maybe this isn't where my strength lies, but it would be great if the final bit of the funnel, the sell, the final little hurdle, the final way to invite someone into your world is to go after all this nurturing on Instagram, which you're so great at doing, for example, invite them to your email and then go, do you know what, after all that, but if you want that thing, I'll email it to you. That final step, I'll email that. Join my email list, it's for the final step. And maybe then you just have a monthly email because you're someone who absolutely thrives with a visual platform like Instagram or Pinterest or, all the others. Or maybe you're someone who used to be on Twitter, not anymore, hopefully. But you're now on Threads, for example, right? There's so many ways that we can pick a platform that suits our talents and uses our creativity in a way that lights us up, not drains us. Pick that. Make that work for you. Don't feel like you have to be, on every platform for any reason. You don't. You really don't. Because the fact that you're just copying and pasting or that you're showing up for the sake of tick boxing will show. And that's actually going to do more damage to that connection you're trying to make than anything else, than you just not being on that platform altogether.
Yeah. And it's one of those things, I think, where that holds people back. It's like, they feel overwhelmed because they're already doing so
Mm.
much, or they're told they have to do so much, and it's just another thing to add to their list. So I think for me personally, I for this year it was kind of my aim to, because I didn't really use email at all. I literally used it for waitlist. So I
Hmm.
just had a wait list, and then I emailed those people on the wait list for my mini sessions. And I
Okay.
thought, oh, it wasn't that big or so, but I thought like this year I'm trying to build the email list and just send 1 or 2 emails a month. That's my goal, because I knew myself. If I try to do it weekly or more, I'm not doing it, or I do it the first 2 months and then it's gone.
Mm.
And so back to the goal. I don't even do like it's the first Monday and the last Friday. I literally just do it whenever I have something to say or that's on my mind. And that works for me. And I quite enjoy it as well, because I can say a bit more than just in a post that no one reads, because no one really reads captions anymore that
Thank
much.
you. Exactly that. That's what I mean, Nicole. Like it's something that you care about enough that you took the time. That's the way I think we need to look at it. You care about something enough, whether it's your business or something you're talking about outside of your business, but in your business marketing, you took the time to think, to write it, to design it, to whatever. And then on social media platforms,
Yeah,
it's gone.
24 hours.
It's gone.
Yeah,
2% of your people will see it on their feed. 2%. That's devastating. Emails, 100% will land in their inbox. 20% will open at least, often more, like 35, 45 is what I'm used to seeing in terms of open rates. Look at that difference. So, see, this is sort of what I'm trying to say. It's like, I know your Instagram and I really like it actually. You've got some great stuff on there. See, I say all that, knowing for a fact that I will still scroll and like and support a lot of things, but I will not show up every single day. It's a waste of my time and my energy because that will not get shown. So I'm better off strategically choosing how I'm showing up to make sure that I can protect that energy where it's going to be better received, yield me better results, results being connection, as well as the more trackable sales or conversations that I'm having, that are like leads or whatever. But the connection itself, the nurturing, someone telling you, oh, yeah, I read that. Oh, I meant to reply. I never did, but I read that. I loved that. That is a result. And I think it's underappreciated, if anything, email, because it seems maybe a bit old fashioned to some people. Maybe those are the ones that are screaming it's dead. I don't know.
I also love when it doesn't happen all the time, but sometimes you get 1 or 2 replies. It's like, oh, I really love this, or that's so great. It's like, yes, someone is reading and replying.
Yeah. And think about that again. Like, let's appreciate that this is in their inbox. And we know how overwhelming inboxes can get. You shouldn't worry about it as the person who's sending it. It is my firm belief that it's the responsibility of the inbox owner to look after their inbox. If they get to email too many, they can just unsubscribe. No hard feelings ever. But think about that. In the middle of all that, they responded as well. How nice does it feel that you have this direct connection right there in their inbox already? That's a conversation. That can be a podcast guest. That can be a guest podcast for you with somebody else. That is immediately you're there. To me, it's as intimate in a positive way, of course, as a text or as a quick WhatsApp. It's like I'm right there in the phone. It's that close and it feels really personal. And I prefer that to a DM. Even though you could argue, hey, that's in your phone already. I'm like, yeah, but that's like it's a separate app that sort of guards that from being my contact. On email, these contacts are yours. Whatever platform you go to, email marketing platform, these are your contacts to take. Legally, you're allowed to do that because they consented to it. Your Instagram account goes down for whatever reason, knock on wood, not, but let's say that happens, they're gone.
It's all poof.
You're going to have to be one of those accounts that I've seen happen. I'm sure we all have, where they start posting and go, oh my God, guys, help me out. My account got hacked. Please refollow. Please help me out. This is what happens because you are not in charge. You don't own the contacts on any other social media platform. Email marketing platform is not a social media platform. Your contacts, their
Yeah.
software. Any others, it's their contacts who, through the facilitation of the platform, follow you. Yeah, for your content that is very highly curated to what that platform wants you to
Yeah.
look like.
We could go on and on. That's the problem. That's the problem.
We could go on. I'm going to stop myself. You guys get
Maybe we
it.
do that. We do another one at some point just about marketing and whatnot and the emailing. But for the time being, this is kind of the end. So the only thing I wanted to ask you, obviously, because this is called work in progress, is there anything you have work in progress at the moment?
Yes, so my work in progress, I mean, it's live, but it's going to continue being built out, which I'm very excited about, is my new masterclass, Email First. So it's a free masterclass where it's all about putting email marketing at the heart of your marketing as it is right now. And it's all with the aim to build trust, reuse your content with ease as well. So I touched on that briefly earlier where we talked about taking your, your voice note or your email to then make other things out of it. So I show you how to do that and how you can get 6 pieces of content from one email at least. So I literally show you through what I've done. And it's just getting those sales without burning out creatively, which has just been my experience and a lot of people that I know. When you mismatch your creative energy to the platform you're trying to use and the reasons you're using it, I feel like that's often the result. So email first, yeah. I will share the link with you, Nicole, so you can pop that in the show notes for me. I would love that. It's a half an hour Loom, basically, where you get even more of this passionate rant about the pros and cons of social media. So if you listen to this entire episode, I would say maybe skip the first 7 minutes of the masterclass. But then, yeah, I show you through basically how to sort of get off that hamster wheel a little bit, give yourself a little bit of grace and go, where is my effort best put strategically? And how you can save yourself a lot of time and effort and still show up in a way that really goes values first, show up as you are in your business and attract the right people just by going email first instead.
Brilliant. I love that. And now we'll obviously share all your links, all your website, social media, LinkedIn, all the shebangs in the show note, and even a link to your newsletter because it's about email marketing, right? So thank you so much for joining, Paulina. I thoroughly enjoyed this, and I hope everyone else did as well. And that's it from us today.
Thank you so much for having me and to putting up with me interrupting you a
No,
lot.
no, don't worry. I mean, this is the whole thing. What this is about, and we already had a laugh before we even started recording. So
We
it's
did.
just been a really lovely way to start the morning or the day.
Yes,
And yeah, thank you so
100%.
much, Paulina, and thanks for everyone
Thank
listening.
you.
Have a great day.
Thank you so much, guys.